Hello, I'm Russ Rutledge, Chairman and CEO of FiberOD. The mission of FiberOD is to allow oil producers to consume less energy in the form of electricity while producing more energy in the form of oil, with the most durable and beneficial sucker rod on the planet.
State-of-the-art technologies, innovative business strategies, behind the scenes, insights from cutting-edge users around the globe on World Business Review.
Welcome to World Business Review. I'm Norman Schwarzkopf. Today's oil producer is faced with constantly changing production situations. Now, an innovative application of proven technology is helping to reduce pumping equipment requirements while increasing oil production. Joining us is Russ Rutledge, Chairman and CEO of FiberOD. Welcome, Russ.
Thanks, sir. It's an honor to be here with you.
And also joining us today is our in-studio correspondent, Jordan Goodman. Welcome, Jordan. It's always great to have you here.
Great to be with you again, General. Russ, tell us about some of the challenges facing today's crude oil producers in producing oil from wells.
Two of the biggest costs to the producer in the life of an oil well are electrical consumption, the power it takes to run the unit, and then breakage of sucker rods because of stress corrosion.
Russ, what is FiberOD doing to help alleviate these problems?
FiberOD has built a fiberglass sucker rod that weighs 70% less than a steel rod, so we've reduced the weight and the stress involved in the system. We've also built a rod that is impervious to corrosion and simply does not break from corrosion and stress.
For more, let's go to this World Business Review field report.
Fiberglass sucker rods have been in existence supporting oil production since the mid-1970s. With industry standards changing and production increasing, new stress distribution technology was developed, revolutionizing the industry.
If I'm a crude oil owner and operator of oil wells, and I use FiberOD sucker rods for the first time, my only concern would be the operational performance of that well after I've used steel sucker rods for the past 20 years.
Next generation end-fitting designs offer improved stress distribution dynamics.
The key characteristics that make FiberOD sucker rods superior over steel sucker rods are they are lighter and stronger than steel, they are non-corrosive, they increase production when there's additional production available, they reduce electrical consumption, they require a smaller pumping unit on the surface, they're competitively priced with steel, there's an 18-month warranty, and they reduce the downtime, which in turn saves the operator expenses.
FiberOD's new technology allows the oil producer to maximize efficiencies, requiring less power consumption to produce more energy. For World Business Review, I'm Jamie Mahler reporting.
Russ, what role is FiberOD playing in changing the oil field equipment industry?
We are building innovative products. The sucker rod we build will now produce wells deeper with less downtime. We have the ability to move more production. We can take less energy with a product that doesn't break and create more energy in the form of oil.
How the audience may not be familiar with it. Well, let's go back to basics. Let's tell us exactly what a sucker rod is and what it does.
Okay. A sucker rod is a rod that's tied together in a series, and it connects the downhole pump to the pump jack at the top. When the pump jack goes up and down, it actuates a plunger in the pump, and that's how oil is produced into the surface.
So tell me how the fiberglass sucker rods are superior to the steel sucker rods that have been around for a long time.
Well, as I said, they're 70% lighter. That allows the producer to use smaller surface equipment. But more importantly, it cuts the producer's energy consumption by anywhere from 15 to 30%. So we can do the same job that steel can do, but we do it with less energy in the form of electricity or gas or whatever's running the unit. We have the strength, the head-to-head strength of fiberglass versus steel is equal. Yet we weigh less than 1/3 as much as steel, so our strength-to-weight ratios are 3 times greater than that of steel. We have built a rod that is impervious to corrosion. With 300 billion cycles on our rods, we have yet to ever see a corrosion failure, and it's the second highest cost with steel in pumping oil wells life. But perhaps the most important thing that we can do is increase production on wells where available fluid is. And the way we do this, a good analogy is if you take a weight on a paper clip and move it, it's very rigid, and you see a 1-to-1 ratio from top to bottom. But if you take the same weight and put it on a rubber band and move it, when you come down, the weight stretches, and by the time it stops stretching, you're moving up. So you're pumping more like this with FiberRod. By manipulating the weight we put on the fiberglass rod, and the strokes per minute, or the frequency at which we pump, we can create longer strokes at the bottom than we have to deal with at the top. Say we had a pumping unit with 100 inches at the top, we can create 120 or 30 at the pump, which means you're going to receive 20 or 30% more production. So to summarize the benefits, we take less energy in consumption with a product that doesn't break and provide the producers the ability to move more production or energy in the form of oil.
How is the pricing on this? This sounds so much better. Is it much more expensive than steel rods? 5
to 10 years ago, fiberglass rods were more than double that of steel. But because of some technological breakthroughs in our processing and the fact that steel is going up at a very rapid pace, we are now equal to steel, and in many cases we're actually less than some of the high-grade steels.
How many oil wells have fiberglass sucker rods installed in them?
My best estimate would be in the vicinity of 15,000 today.
And that's compared to what worldwide, just to get a sense of it?
Worldwide, the U.S. has roughly 550,000 oil wells, and the rest of the world probably has that many combined, so that's basically your market.
So how do you plan on increasing your market share?
Well, I think with the product we have, once we explain to the consumer all the benefits we provide that steel cannot provide, and then guarantee what we have told them and the results, I think it's a no-brainer. I think pretty much everyone we present it to buys.
What do you see as the future for FiberRod?
Well, the future of FiberRod is very bright at the moment. We're breaking sales records and growth records every year. We have some new projects online that we'll be introducing. We are in the process of trying to implement solar energy into powering our systems instead of having to consume electricity. We're also looking at wind energy as a possible power source for these pumping wells. But more importantly, and I'm really not supposed to talk about this, but we have a new product that will be coming out probably within the next year that could revolutionize the way oil wells are pumped. It's showing great promise.
Well, I'm glad you let us know. Thanks, Russ, for being here and talking about a very, very important subject to our country.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for having me. It's a great honor.
And Jordan, as always, thank you for your contribution.
Thanks so much, Jim. Welcome. It's great to be here.
And thank you for watching. Until next time, for World Business Review, I'm Norman Schwarzkopf.